hold on. Hold on for one more day. I am super late. I had a dentist appointment. But I'm here. What happened was I took a Xanax, I took several CBD gummies, and then I ended up on top of that being given a nitrous oxide, which they knew I was on the other stuff, but they gave me nitrous, and I was drugged. So, plus topical, analgesic and all that. So when I came back, I kind of passed out. Not on purpose. It's just the way it works. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to thank Mila for the follow. I need to go get prezzies at some point. In fact, I'll start it now. I thought I mailed myself some presents. Furnishings, no. Where you be? What do I have too much of? Anyway, point being, I am going to show you a quick video. Kimmy, we went and looked at her Coldharbour yesterday, and I couldn't do the jump game because stabbies can't jump. So I want to show you a really quick video of someone actually doing it successfully. So here we go. They did a speed run, is my understanding. So please forgive the inception again, but there's really nothing I can do about it. YouTube doesn't allow me to just put a browser source in, so I have to do display capture, so you end up having to see my everything, unfortunately. Interesting. Let us test something. I think it just said to me that I can screen capture my second browser, which would be better. Alright, let's try this. Display capture. Add source. Display. Let's see if that works. It does. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay. That's awesome. So this is the Kimmy's jump puzzle. With no further ado, here we go. Yeah, no way. Yeah, that's pretty much what would happen to me. Wow, I didn't realize it even started down there. What's he hidden? Is he crouching? Why is he crouching? Holy crap, this is insane. I'm lucky if I could do one of these jumps. This guy's just nailing them all like they're nothing. They must have done a lot of Mario. Could you imagine falling now? You'd have to start the whole damn thing over. That would suck so hard. Wow. Yeah, this not a Coldharbour. This is her. Okay, so this isn't the Coldharbour one. This is her Enchanted Snow Globe, but I wonder if she did a video of someone doing her Coldharbour one. I'm showing you this because there's no chance in heck or hell that I could do this. Oh, he almost missed. I would be so mad. Look at these tiny little platforms. Are you crazy? That never would happen. This guy's perfect. Holy schmikeys. Okay, you have to sit in the throne. Obviously. Or not. Good job. Yes, you deserve to sit in that throne. Crazy. Whoa, ow. They're making it a little jumpy. Let me get rid of that. And hold on. Hold on. Well, now that I know how to do that with my second monitor, that will make life a lot easier when I try to show you stuff in the future. Yay! 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 Okay. I got some questions today from people who want to know how to install EHT. So at some point I'm going to go over that. Oh, I won that heart contest. I was one of many, but I want to. All right, so let's do this first because there's the video that Cardi has is a little bit on the old side. So I probably shouldn't have deleted that second monitor. So I'm going to show you how to install the community app real quick. It's literally seconds. Add source. Second browser. Done. Okay. Now you see my I already have open my Explorer to Documents, Elder Scrolls Online Live add-ons. Thank you, Blind. Real quick, just going to show you Essential Housing Tools. Once you install this add-on using Minion or whatever, this folder will be in the add-ons folder. Just go into it, and you should be able to see a folder called Essential Housing Community. You click on that, and then you should have Essential Housing Community EXE. And mine is already running, so I can't like really install it. But once you click on it, it'll just take you through a couple of yes, no, yes, yes, and just install it. But that's where it's located. Install that. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Okay, done. Next, people are asking about what do you do next? Well, because I love you so much, I'm going to log out and show you. Let me get rid of this. Ah, Inception! Doop. Okay. Yeah, let me announce those winners while this is going. Going. Keep those thingies going. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. When you are coming to your character screen here, right? Click the add-ons button. See all characters? You can select whichever character you want, but make sure always allow out-of-date add-ons is selected. Secondly, now that you've installed Essential Housing Community, not only do you need Essential Housing Tools on, but you need Essential Housing Community on. I don't use Essential Housing Tools Saver because I feel like it's, with all of the houses that I have and look at, it slows me down too much. So just making sure you have both of those selected. This is crucial and something that a lot of people don't, I think, understand, that this has to be selected as well. And then you hit play. The winners of the Have a Heart contest are Everelia, Hachiko-chan, who I still can't pronounce, Italy, Soris, me, and Zared Corson. Hey, Angel. So all of those people were winners of the heart contest. Yay, yay, yay. Although, I really liked the different ones, like a Gender Fox's heart. I really loved the inclusivity picture. It was really good. Tierna had a whole storyline going on. I mean, there were so many good ones that I kind of feel bad. But, you know, I always feel bad because that's my job in life. Sorry that I am so late. It is because I had the dentist. And I had forgotten that I had the dentist. And then when I went to the dentist, I was heavily drugged. Oh, the 2020 contest? That is the next contest, is the 2020. And so that's coming tomorrow. Holy smokes. So that is amazing that it's tomorrow. Whoops, let me get off this channel thing. I can't believe it's already coming. But I am going to edit the shit out of this video so that people can have a step-by-step. Ooh, baby, gonna get to you, girl. New kids, I fucking hate you. A step-by-step screenshots and guide to how to install, because the install thing that I have linked below is very old and it doesn't look the same. Also, I am totally and completely high still, so I apologize. He's not gonna do anymore? Period? Well, I'll just have to take over. He's being so specific. Thank you. If he was less specific, I think more people would enter, but certainly a lot of people entered the heart contest. All right, so this is what I'm going to show you now. Let's say now you get in the game after you've put those turned on EHT in the EHT community. You don't know what the heck to do. Oh, okay. Well, if he's wrong, you know, I'll do it. Well, some people were confused because they were thinking, do I need to hit F5 to start working with EHT? See here in this down right-hand corner? That's EHT. So you don't have to hit F5 to start working on that. What you see here is the wand, and we talk about this all the time. You don't need to hit F5 to install, to add these effects. So you can, all right, I'll ask him about it. So so don't even worry about F5 while you're playing with effects. It's just you don't need to. So I'm going to delete these if I knew how to. Come on. All right. So don't even worry about it. Not with FX, with when you're using this part, don't worry about F5. Housing tools. This is a little different. First, you need to go into controls. I know this is tough. This is only the first time, only the first time you ever need to set this up. And you go and scroll down until you find one of the many EHTs, because there's multiples. And you select Here it goes. It says, select, deselect. Pick something that you will remember that you don't use for anything else. For me, it's a backslash. But you can make it whatever you want, and then you would just hit bind, and there you go. Now we're going to make use of that. So say you want to select something. Well, selecting seems to do nothing. That's when you need F5. Once you add this is when you get into the F5 for the housing editor. It's only on the build tab or the select tab. Sorry, I should say both. That you really need to worry about it. So what does that do? You click your select button, whatever you set it to be. And in this case, I use radius, which just lets me pick up everything. You hit the select button again like it tells you to, and boom, everything is selected. Boom. What can you do with that? Well, there's all sorts of things you can do with that. You just clicked change these items. Let's say I'll just orient each item to the beginning. Ah, I got squished. What that does is it sets everything back to what it should be oriented to initially when it first comes out of your inventory. So now everything is moved properly to its initial orientation. Make sense? Now from here on out, it's kind of complex, so we won't get into that. But to start, that's what you need to know. Now, for the community, how do you visit other people's houses? How do you make things open houses? Blah, blah, blah. You know what you do? You type /hub. And up comes the hub. Hello! And here, when it finally loads, is where you will see people who have opened houses. And you can select one to go to look at. Let's take one of Morgaia's works in progress, for example. What was he ranting about? I'm now hearing that he doesn't want to do contests anymore. Like, what's the deal? I thought I was the ranter around here. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. He needs to slow his roll because he knows that that stuff is coming. I've had that conversation with him. There are things in the works. Seriously, all I'm going to say is, I know things. I know things. For reasons. I know things. And stuff is coming. I don't know what they are specifically, but things are coming very soon, as far as I understand it. Look at this. This is nice. More Gaia. So that thing I just did, those guest journals, I went too fast, but it allows you to write your name in so that the next time that Morgaia comes to her house, she can see that it'll pop up for her and she'll be able to look at it and see, oh, Stabby Doom visited my house. This is lovely, by the way. It doesn't look like a work in progress to me. So that's as simple as what it takes to go visit somebody else's open house. Now, let's go to a house that I am going to change to not open house, just so I can show you how. All right. I'm just walking through the most basic things for installing EHT because what I'm going to do is take this video and edit it, and then I'm also going to use screenshots and just step by step for it because people are confused on how to do it, and I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for people. I had the dentist today. I am super drugged. Super drugged. All right. Now that this contest is over, I don't need to have this be an open house. I'm going to move the hearts at some point to somewhere else. So what we're going to do is I will take, sorry, you do /hub. And you see my homes. You select my homes. And here is my, where's my huntings? Dirt, Fifthsmith, hunting palatial hall. So let's say that this was not an open house yet. Let's say I didn't set it as an open house. It was just, actually I should probably go to one that's not an open house. Don't even scare me, girl. Don't scare me. Okay, we're gonna go to my Blackvine Villa instead. Please excuse my stupid. Oh no, I got dressed and make-upped up, but thank you. I got dressed and made up home when I got home. I went to the dentist in Uggs and sweatpants and no makeup. Because, you know what, if you're gonna rip my mouth apart, I'm not gonna look pretty for you. You can just deal with it. So yeah, my husband went and he spoke for me because I was so incredibly drugged that I just like couldn't even. They were asking me questions and I'm just looking at them blankly. So it was pretty funny. Okay, so this is my house for Magic as a Witch. So what we're gonna do is, and this is a perfect example because this already has EHD effects. You see the little, there's not many, but there's like 2 or 3. The Daedra, this is a Daedra summoning thing, and that stuff that's coming from the sky, right? So how do you publish them to the community? It's actually pretty easy. You do /hub. You go to the house that you're in, which should be the one that's on top. Now I want to share my effects because these 2 weeks ago are not current. Now let's say I had no effects and I just wanted to make it an open house. Then you just select open house. But I want to share my effects. So I hit share effects, publish to community. That's what that is doing, is it's uploading my effects to Carty's personal server, which he pays for every month to and all of the bandwidth for, to pay for it. He pays for it, refuses to take donations or money from me, and he hosts it all at his own expense. And this is why I love Carty again, for that people to share all their effects and see it cross houses. So it asks you, do you want to publish this home's effects to the community, allowing all community members to see this home's effects? Yes, confirm. Your FX will be published once you reload UI or log out. Would you like to register your Blackvine house as an open house for the community? I do. I'm doing a step-by-step, so I hope that when I publish this, Nana, you can look at some screenshots and it'll show you exactly how to get that to work. I think my instructions will be better, I hope. His are dated. Your house will be registered in an open house. Do you want to reload UI to publish your changes immediately? Do I? Meh, not really. So what I'm saying is cancel, because I don't want to reload UI, but it will, no matter what, be registered as an open house. So this house will be an open house for anyone to visit at this point. I wish, I can't go back because it'll screw up the video, Nana, but I did do an explanation of how to install it and how to get everything, oh, you're welcome, going properly. But one last thing, be sure to check your permissions. This is fine, visitor is fine. But if this was no access, I'd be in trouble. Because if I make this an open house and I leave it no access, that's a problem. So this is an open house now. When I reload, which is not going to be right now, but when I reload, anyone could visit this house and see these effects. Simple as that. Until then, it's not going to work. These are some effects too, see? So that's it. That's going to be my video portion of this day. So let's take a look at a rando. Open houses. Hey Nana, real quick question. Make sure when you install the community, you know when you first log in and it tells you to check off which add-ons you want and allow out-of-date add-ons? Just make sure that you have Essential Housing Tools community selected. Otherwise that won't work. The thingy won't work. That's my biggest suggestion for what's wrong. But also sometimes the EXE isn't running. That's a little more complex, but I'll explain that later. All right, I was looking at the hub and I got confused. I can't type. All right. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, there's a couple of reasons why things could be working on a funky way. But it would require me to hold on. I think I can show you what I think is probably the error of its ways real quickly. All right. Because you're my Nana, and because Nana needs attentions too. I know this is kind of boring, but this will end up being something kind of valuable, I hope. Okay, so this is my second screen where I'm at right now. On the bottom of my regular screen, this isn't gonna work. I need to put I gotta change it back to my regular screen. You're gonna see Inception for a moment. There you go. On my regular screen, see that E? That has to be on, running. If that is not, why do I have two of those going? If this is not there, you won't see any community effects. You won't see any of the guest books or anything. Okay? That has to be on. That's my guess is that's what's wrong, is that you're not getting that particular thing running. It should do it automatically, but if it doesn't, this is how you do it. You go back into Documents, Elder Scrolls Online, Live, Add-ons, Essential Housing Tools, Essential Housing Community, and you run the EXE, and it's as simple as that. And once you run that, it'll be running. Boom. You is done. And it's running. Oops, sorry, you get to see my political leanings, which are not Bernie. Remove. Okay, no more Inception. Okay. That's how you do it. So those are the most common issues that I've seen are that thing isn't running. It needs to be running. And the second thing is it has to be able, as an add-on, you have to have it enabled when you log in. Those are the two biggest problems I've seen. If it's not one of those problems, we may have gone past stabby ability. Give it a shot. All right, so Silver Winter Scald, I didn't think Winter Scald was on NA. So I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm cracking my knuckles. What's happening is the arthritis gets so painful that I like squish my hands and it like actually does crack my knuckles, but it's not intentional. I shall return. I'm out of coffee time. What is it, baby? Gonna get you, girl. You are such a polite boy. is so polite. He was hungry, but he was waiting for me because he won't eat off of the other guy's plate. So the other guy's plate was full. His plate was empty. He didn't touch it. What animal does that? Sorry, this shirt makes me look ginormous, but I swear it's just a big fuzzy shirt that's bigger than me. I've actually lost weight. All right. Why am I apologizing to for my weight to you guys? Like, I need to knock that mindset right the hell off. He is a little person. He's a cute little adorable person. So, this should be on. I sign in. And I look at Vinterskald. Gorgeous. I'm assuming that this is one of the ones that J Hart looked at. Oh, I love this. If it is, let me know. I don't recall it. I don't recall it on looking at his page. I don't think Vinterskald entered. This may have been just a regular, a regular house tour. Look at how clever that is, guys. He made the dragon breathe fire by putting an I think that's an orcish brazier in there or something. Ginger, hello. I need this person to come to my house and fix my front room because I don't know where to put all my paintings and pictures, and they organized it very well. Very nice. Pretty. A Meridia light ball going as one does. If JR tours any of these homes, and I won't, you know, bore people with doing it again, so I'm hoping that you'll let me know. Excuse me. Okay, let's try. Oh my gosh, it's an active anus monster. Hey, Swanks. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I know some of you may know that there was a contest in an ethereal trade union, ETU, which is the biggest biggest server on NA. Where did it go? They had a contest, but I'm wondering if they removed it. Oh no! Oh no, here we go. The winners! Hey, you call it that, that's fine. First place was CXD Lang 1988. Although I'm not really sure what that was. Second place was Brob Dinarak. Third place was Tarlwyn, and I guess the honorable mentions are the Tinkergels and Violet Baby. Now, I did enter this contest, but not with my best for my work, you know. But I'm okay with losing because it was not my best work. It was all that I had. It was a winter contest, like a winter theme. I only had one house that was a winter theme. Oh, pretty. Nice. It's gonna rot, though. It's wood. It's totally gonna rot. You should use a different material. Just saying. Don't listen to me. I'm just being an ass. If you use stone, it's too slippery. If you use wood, it's gonna rot. So, you gotta think about it. Why are my screens blinking? Hold on. Hold on. Stuff is blinking. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, cute! Look how they hung the lantern from the dragon's mouth. Thank you. And to everyone else. Oh, I love what they did with the lights. Awesome. Little bedroom over here with a jerboa with its... I need to see your USB tail. With its USB tail. That it's not showing us very well. There it is. The USB plug tail of the jerboa. No one believes me, but it is in fact hollow, and thus a USB plug. Little things, man. Little things that I focus on. Why is my iPad going bonkers? Anyway, little details. Little flowers stuck in the cup. That's sweet. What? What? Sorry. That's what it is. It's a USB tail. Oh, I can't get in here. Ma. I know. I know your tummy hurts. I know. Be a big boy. You're gonna be fine. Tough it out, Tuffy Tuna. Let me see if I can find show you my Tuffy Tuna. He's standing in the doorway, informing me that his stomach hurts. Nope, I made it worse. Oh well. Sorry. It was working. He's complaining. All right. So this is the second floor. This is second room. Guys, if I'm really out of it, please forgive me. I don't think all of the drugs have worn off from the dentist, so I'm a little worse than usual, and that's pretty bad. What? I know. All right. I know. Now he's getting like quiet, pathetic. His meows are getting quieter, and he's like more like. I can't do anything for him though. His tummy hurts because his meds are annoying. This is kind of a brutally scary section for an office, but I like it. Scary has its place. His illness is getting worse, and he's swelling up. Oh, some people just hate how dirty the water is here. It's kind of nasty. So putting something over it, I completely get. And here's the treasure. Wait, I wonder. I'm telling you, they're all sped up. Nobody listens to me. Not anyone. Oh, we have the vampire. And a member of the Dark Brotherhood. This is like the scary section. And then this is the lion's cradle. This is beautiful. Nice matching colors. Like the blue is almost the same as the blue of the sky. The color choices are really lovely in this. So the Indrik eats flowers, I'm assuming. Well, who the hell knows? They eat berries. Pretty. Baby Indrik. Other baby Indrik. that actually matches the plant. Really neat that you put that next to each other. Very cool. And this almost looks like a bazaar section. Sorry if you've already seen this. Neat. Okay, so that's it. So 2020 is the next big contest that's coming up. The one after that is DDA Magic is a Witch. Now, the one that I went to with my Black Vine Villa is, in fact, DDA Magic is a Witch. The next one after that, February 29th, is Housing's Finest, which is Build a Farm. I am, in fact, working on a farm, but it's terrible, and I have to get better ideas. I'll show you. It's like, I don't know. I think the problem with it is I'm just not inspired. And so I kind of don't want people to... It's just something about a farm that I just couldn't get into. I want to think about, what do Khajiit use to transport? Hold on. Why are you doing this, stupid? Why is it doing this? Huh. It's not showing me, you guys. It's like chat went away. Hold on. Chat went away. Not good. Not good. Hold on. You're here? Okay, good. Because my chat screen is gone. I am a ridiculous thing. Weird. Okay. I see it through Google. Got it. Don't know why it was being like that. So this is my dawn shadow, and I know I talked to you guys about what I was going to do. So I decided to close off the house because this is not the house portion, and I don't think it's relevant to Housing's Finest. This is just the farm portion, and I only made a couple changes. Like I brought this in, and I've got I might change this to non-effects dirt because people are weird about effects. But yeah, I have some moon sugar growing, and then I also have grapes. I have a vineyard. So I need to figure out what else would I do, because at this point, like, that's all I could think of. I'm sorry you're sleepy, but then again, you're in the EU, so it's probably that time. Not really sure what I would do, but I gotta come up with something. So I was thinking about using all the cats, like taking all the cats who are in the cats party and making them actually like work, you know, like you have to make the stuff and you have to do it too. Get to crushing. I'm a terrible person. And then this person's got to carry the bags. Or this guy's going to carry a bag in his mouth or something. You gotta get the bag going. There we go. Figure this out somehow. And, you know, little shit, excuse my language, little bits of jokes like that. I want a zombie to be picking grapes. Because she's kind of awesome. Little stupid things like that. Don't ask me why I'm like this. I need Fizzez to have a rake or something. Get rid of you. I don't like you anymore. You can go away. This is Dawn Shadow. Wow, look at that terribly uneven. That looks like crap. Why did I do it that way? All right, let's fix something with EHT. Coffee time! Housing tools. We are going to select single item. Okay. We want this one, and we want this one, and we want this one, and we would like it to all... Oh, that's a different item. No wonder. Okay. We want it to be the same level. Level each item with target. The target is you. Boom! Oh, I deselected that. I shouldn't have. There. That's a little better. I thought I had deselected something else. As I'm sitting here worrying about the little details, the reality of all of this is that it looks like crap, and I need to come up with some sort of other better farm. I don't know. I'm gonna go pick up some dirt. Excuse me. Still recovering from the dentist. So yeah. What's going on here? Ah! Okay. Beginnings of. Not gonna be, it's not terribly good, but it's the beginnings of it. So this is one of my storage houses. And I'm looking for these. The clockwork junk heaps. Reason why I'm looking for these are ones you can buy. You can buy those in clockwork. If you don't have clockwork, ask a friend to pick it up for you, or just you could buy, probably people list them for sale, I would think. You're probably gonna pay a premium. You're better off asking a friend with clockwork to just go pick you up a bunch. They're not expensive, I don't think. But the bottoms of them, the top looks like a junk heap. I'll show you what I mean. This was a swankery lesson I have learned. So, place down. See these? That's what I'm talking about. These junk piles. See all the pieces in them and everything? What we want to use is the bottom. So you flip them over, and all you have is dirt. Isn't that great? Yeah, Angel, I'm not feeling the farming thing too, but I mean, I run a stream. I might as well, right? You know? So I'm going to fill this with, instead of effects, yes, my lovely, oh, you know what I should do is shout out for her. How stupid am I? Swankery has her own stream, and she is great. Please do follow her. Most of us know who she is already, but this idea is from her. She told me how she did it, and then I tried it out, and it was fabulous. I try to remember who tells me things so that I can... You could do that. Why not? I'm making a goofy, stupid, weird thing, but I'm showing you something. See, here's the thing. Even if it's a crappy house, I'm still able to show you guys stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I can still get something out of it, which is like, you know, here's a nifty trick you can try. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off grass. I kind of need it, but it's kind of too bad. All right. There we go. Now we have dirt. Fizzaz, you suck. We want you to be working on... I wish you had a rake for you. I might give you an axe or something. So then what I would do next is... See the grass, how it's poking through like that? I guess you could explain it away, but it kind of annoys me. So what I would do is I would go into EHT and you go to home customization. See that? Hide grass. When I share my effects, no one will be able to see my grass who has EHT on and community. The grass is now, and it doesn't mean like this grass. You can still see it's green, but you won't see the stuff that's sticking up through the ground. So it won't interfere with my farm. It like looks weird with my farm like this. So now my dirt looks like dirt. Isn't that nice? You know, you learn things as you go along. And that allows you to change stuff. Yeah, right? Which is always for me. Why are you not even? You're gonna annoy the hell out of me, aren't you? All right. Oh. We want to straighten? Maybe? Oh, I never know which button it is. Align with. Click an item to align with. Dirt. Okay. Did that work? Sort of. Can't tell really. Yeah, but now it's got a flicker. Right. No flickers for me, sir. I'm gonna fix that flicker. Gonna fix that flicker right out of my hair. No, I just put it back and it's still flickery. What am I doing wrong? Oh, geez. I'm gonna have to use EHT to fix this, aren't I? Because I'm a loser. That's too high. Let's do this again, like the moron that I am. 1, 2, 3. Don't select the one you want to align it with. Change these items to level group each item with a target. And now they should have all moved to the right height. Should have. Don't think they did, but they should have. Whatever. There are just some times where I'm just, I can't be bothered. They're different objects is the problem. So because they're different objects, they're not going to line up just perfectly. That's really the problem. But it's driving me nuts. Can you tell I've got issues? Like, even after I say I'm done with it and I'm not going to mess with it anymore, I keep messing with it. looks better. That's okay. No! Undo. There we go. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it because I'm just making it worse. The other thing I'm going to do is remove these. I feel kind of bad about it, but I'm going to remove these bushes. And I'm going to add more farm-like stuff there. I'm happy with the bushes. I like how they look. But I want to add farm stuff. So it kind of makes sense to have farmy things back here. I should just steal Swankery's, what you call it? I just want to steal Swankery's tractor. And just put the tractor in here. And be like, there's my farm. Oh, guys, just in case you stream, I do forget, especially when I'm on drugs. Right now I'm on drugs. I'm on dental drugs. So what you need to do is, her tractor is amazing. What is, if you stream, see the period here, ignore the period, but just do exclamation point SO and then your name. So like, I think Elder Scrolls TV streams. So yeah, they do. So if you stream, please take advantage of my shout out command. I crafted it for you. I actually made that so that you guys can shout out. I got it from Hammy, a friend of mine. So please promote yourselves. Don't be shy. I will never complain unless you, like, you know, do like 15 in a row or some spammy shit like that, you know. You're not going to bother me. All right, so you are welcome. Get to work, you lazy slacker. So if I ever forget, don't take it personally. Don't think I'm being a jerk face. It's honestly just me being brainless. All right, so this is a start. I think I'm going to pull I'm going to pull a research monkey, but with pet cats. Which means I should go in the house and grab all the pet cats that are in the house, too. Because I don't know which ones are which. This is my farmhouse. Doesn't it look like a farmhouse? It's actually a Khajiit trader house. That's an effect, by the way, that you can have, too. Do I have other kitties in here, or did I move them all? Oh, have you guys ever seen this? This is usually a ginormous boat, but I decided I kind of wanted it to be tiny. I should put this in one of those bonsai jars and see if I can make a ship in a bottle. How cool would that be? So I don't have any more kitties inside. Okay, they're all outside. Neat. Okay. Then I'll put the Kunzari back where he was. Kunzari, go back where you were. Crap. I probably broke things. Oh well. That kitty's back where I left him, then I know I broke stuff. I didn't. Okay, good. So that's what I was working on for my farm. I'm thinking I could use an Eleanor table for my arena, because I'm gonna make a teeny tiny little arena. I want to make it itty bitty arena, and I'm thinking about using really small, like either turtles or potatoes, I guess, could do it. Just something really small. I think it'd be adorable. You know, kind of over flame atronach stuff. Really doesn't do it for me. I hate that you can't see her head. There you go. All right. Let's look at someone else's house so I can stop talking about myself. Oh, my hair is sticking up. Griff, why didn't you tell me my hair was sticking up? My friend Griff was picking on me today. I'm still so high that I'm from the dentist that I'm like, really? I'm going to say things that I don't. Yeah, you haven't seen Swankery's tractor? Hey, Swank, which house is that? Can I show them off your tractor again? I know it was an open house. All right. See you later. Humble? Okay. Thank you. I squeed with joy over this tractor because the wheels got me. It's not just a great tractor because of the fact that it makes noise. It's basically moving. It's got all these parts that make sense, but the wheels have treads, and that broke me. I was like squealing. It's a great tractor. Actually, the whole house is pretty good. I think if I remember correctly, this is the one where she redid the backyard too. But the tractor is the star for me. Something about Swankery and vehicles. Her vehicles are like the most amazing. Swankery, I want to challenge you to something. I was thinking about this. It can't be on the level of your dirigible because each dirigible basically is huge and takes all of these. Am I not signed in? I'm signed in. Okay. Check out those tires. Oh, let me turn off my EHT. I don't want to see the community thing right now. Oh, settings, add-ons, essential housing tools. Yes. Go away. Fine. I'll just put you away. Look at those tires. I mean, that's where I started. I started with, holy crap, her tires have treads on them. And I was so, like, enchanted at that point that when I got to the rest of it, I was like, it's a tractor. You don't have EHT on? No. I'm going to hide it then. Check this out. Look on the... Stabbies can't jump, but I know you can interact with it. I love that the wheel turns. And I think isn't there smoke, Swank? Oh, there it is. There's the smoke. It pops out from the sides. See it? So it's like rumbling. Isn't this just the most amazing tractor you've ever seen? Like, amazing. So I was saying to Swank, I love it. This is why I was saying I should just pick the whole thing up and drop it off. Drop it off in my farm and be like, here's my farm and my tractor. Yeah, right. instead of Swankery's tractor. I just love it. But what I was thinking is that for the arena, if you were going to do it, Sorry, this is the back, which I tend to get stuck. But here's the backyard of Humblemud. In case you couldn't tell. I await your awe and mouth dropping in complete and utter astonishment. Humblemud backyard. I mean, look at this vehicle too. It's the skill is downright just, I don't even have the words. It's so beautiful. It's so well done. I love it. So, good job. Thank you for letting me show it again. It's really on topic for the for it. So, okay, I never finished what I was talking about. So, back in Roman times, the Colosseum. The Colosseum, she is Colos, not. The Colosseum, if you've ever seen the Colosseum in, no, they don't have it. If you've ever seen the Colosseum in Rome, it's famous, you know. I think you all know what I'm talking about. But just in case you don't. No, I don't want you to know my location. All right, so we're going to show you something because it's amazing, and I can't get my head around the fact that they could do this, and I want to see if Schwankery, yeah, that's how you say it, Karen. Swankery, Inception can do it because I think she could. So, Colosseum. You've all seen the Colosseum. This is the Colosseum. And it's, you know, gladiator, all that stuff. I've actually been there. And this is what the interior looks like. And I'll explain to you why in a minute, if it ever loads. Okay. In a hot minute. There. This is the interior of the Colosseum. Now, the reason why it's all ripped up like this is because, first of all, the floors obviously disintegrated. But underneath here was where all they kept the gladiators and the lions and everything and all of that stuff, right? One time, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to look it up, but Colosseum filled with water. Yep. So Romans filled that Colosseum with water and staged an epic mock sea battle. Could you imagine? So what I'm saying is, I think that Swankery could do that. She could build a Colosseum and then have a ship fight, right? That would be amazing. So, by the way, Bayo, this is Humblemud. Backyard. Isn't it obvious? So that's one of the ideas I've been playing with, was that kind of a thing. But I don't think that I have the skills to do it. And certainly Swankery's dirigible would be too big for it. So I was trying to come up with something. Gosh. Filling it with water or make it very, what's the word? What's the Victorian yet modern stuff? Because I'm high. Steampunk. A steampunk airship battle. That would be amazeballs. Yes. Thank you. So that is one of the things I was thinking about doing, and I think it would be so neat. Pigment. I would totally dig that. Oh wow, you were playing Skyrim. I'm trying to keep myself from going back to playing Skyrim because I'll never escape. Oh, okay. For Lynchel, you're amazing. This is Pigment, who sometimes checks in and watches. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's amazing. Holy cow. That's so good. Oh, wow. Look at all of these things. They're so brilliant. Okay. So these are, if anyone needs me to tell you what things are, I can, but I think most of us probably know, and I don't want to, like, you know, beat it to death. But if you don't know what things are, I will happily tell. Okay. What is the red thing? This middle red thing? Is that a chair? Is that the Khajiit chair stool? Because that is the best cake I've ever seen. That must be the Khajiit stool. That wins. Look at the icer! Oh my god. This is incredible. You think it's the bottom of a pot. I wonder which pot it is. I'm going to have to go on a hunt and figure it out. That's awesome. It reminds me of stuff my mom had in her kitchen. Look at that mixer. Oh my god, that mixer. It's an elsewhere pot? Okay. Eggs. People, I think it was Chrysea even, was asking what to use for eggs. Honestly, just the tops of you know, the symbol of innocence work fine for eggs. Okay, do you realize we're in the barbed hook, and like every step I've moved in the barbed hook has been full of just amazing stuff? Like I'm losing my mind with just how incredible everything is in this house. Look at the ice forming on the edge of it. Ugh, be still my heart. This whole house is making me squeal. Are those towels? Is that what that is? I'm not really sure. Cash register. I've taken at least 9 or 10 different screenshots in this house so far. The whole place is just incredible. Figment, you're a master. I give you so much credit for this. This is brilliant. Excellent, excellent job. Thank you for letting us all see this because it's phenomenal. So thank you. Wow. So I got a question for you folks. If you tell someone that you hate radishes and then they start calling you a little radish, is that them being mean? Because it certainly feels like that's them being mean. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go to EU real quick for my EUs. I'm pretty sure that is someone being mean and not nice. Or maybe he's 12. Haven't really figured it out. And dipping my pigtails in the ink. Does anyone get that reference? Am I that old? Nana! Nana, for an online person, for somebody who only knows me online, you know me so well. You can, like, you basically read my mind. Like, I don't know how you manage it, but you really do. I love you. Thank you. All right. I'm wrong. He's saying radishka, if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm doing an Italian accent, which is wrong. So, cute or little adorable. It's a diminutive, so it's like little radish. Gilbert. Oh, Gilbert. Okay, yes. He dipped that was what okay, yeah. Melissa Gilbert with her pigtails in the ink. Yeah. But, I mean, he knows I hate radishes. Why does he need to troll me with a radish? Why can't it be something nice? Radishes are too spicy. I don't like it. Burns. I'm pretty crazy about him, too. He has been a gift to me in the last year plus. I don't know how long it's been. But I really needed a friend. I really needed somebody that... You know me so well. He deserves it, though. He starts. I really needed a friend. I needed somebody to care about me and worry and beat me up when I don't stream. And he does all of that. I needed that friendship. So, I'm very appreciative. So, yes, he is being a butt, but I guess we do troll each other. He's just better at it. He likes to imply that I'm a Republican, which is, if anyone really knows my politics, which I won't go into, that's quite the insult to me. So, we'll just leave it at that. You don't need to discuss it, but he is a political science teacher, so what else is he going to troll me about? Oh, that and the fact that he swears I never went to class. Probably because he doesn't remember me. How many years have you been a teacher? 30 years? It's got to be a long... It can't be 30 years. It's got to be 20. 25? Something like that. You must have had plenty of classes in those times. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, and he's supposed to remember me out of 25 years of teaching or whatnot. I guess I wasn't memorable. Sadness. Okay. We are on EU. I have to say, I love the EUers. Their houses are so interesting. Vincitori's Daggerfall. We haven't done a Daggerfall yet, and I don't know Vincitori, so this is our perfect rando. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. So tonight, because I do all... Oh, last night, Nana would totally get this. I made quinoa, rice, and beans. Quinoa, Spanish beans and quinoa. Sorry, I can't speak. Chimichurri sauce over roasted spaghetti squash. And it was so stupid good. And tonight is white almond soup with a side of tomato bread, whatever that is. I haven't made the tomato bread yet. But I've been cooking like crazy, and I'm really looking forward to enjoying the fruits of my labor. So this is Vincitori. Yeah. And this is very floral and beautiful. No effects, 700 items. wow, I gotta give them credit here. It works. I don't often see people use the coral as bushes, but look, it actually works. It brings a bright color of pink. You can't really tell it's coral. It just is this splash of color. And I really feel like I just learned something. That's very good use of color. And then we walk a few more steps and there's something dead. But that's a great idea, and I might steal it one day. Now, the coral in the fountain makes sense, but I mean, just using that one as a bush, brilliant. Good choice. I really like it. Bright splash of color. Color. I did fine at the dentist. I'm not in any pain, but I am glad it's soup tonight. The only other problem with it is that I have, ever since I got cancer and I got the diagnosis, terrified of going to the doctor, terrified of going to, look at that seat. I feel like we could use that somehow. That's giving me ideas. I'm terrified of going to the doctor, but I'm also terrified of going to the dentist. The reason being is dentists can see more than they let you know, than you might expect. Like, I had those normal x-rays done of my mouth last time, and they're like, are you aware that your jaw is disintegrating? Yes. Interesting. Huh. I wonder. Doesn't that look like a pot of something? I wonder if you could just hide bits, or what you could do with it. This almost looks like an effect. Look at how it's... This is not an effect, by the way. But the item itself is kind of 2D in places. That's really odd. Never really paid any attention to the top of that. I didn't know there was a setting for this lion to do just little puffs. Yeah, I do know it's a Lux fender. I think I have it. But it's so 2D. Little things, guys. I notice little things. I have bad TMJ also. Well, what I did is I went to... Are you against using EHT, Greek Gemini? Because I could show you how to make a cloud real easy. There are a multitude of options. If you don't want to use EHT, that's a different story. Oh, so you want 20 items of clouds? Hold on. Aside from the obvious, which is snow, but I know you have that answer. Hold on. The best option might be Reekling. There is... that's more than 20. Good luck on that. The Reekling beds, if you know what I'm talking about, the Reekling beds are, that we just had, are white on top. Plus the grinding stone is white and could pass for it. But Reekling pelts, Reekling bedding, Reekling pits. I mean, everything Reekling is white. So if that's what you want, I would highly recommend. I know you've looked at snow and that's not what you want, but if you look at some of the other stuff, go with that. Just so you know, if you go to ESO Fashion, you can search by color. The problem is it's not as accurate as I would love it to be. It shows you a lot of armor, and it doesn't even show the Reekling stuff, which is white. You have to search for Reekling separately. But if it's not EHT, I can show you an EHT, but I can't. The limestone. That might... They don't really look cloudy, though, do they? The big ones do. You could use the big ones. The ones that Ixie's talking about, I think, are the ones that are all connected in a semicircle. Words are hard. Words are hard, bro. Yeah, Ixie's right. Well, you can even use the small ones. I mean, what I would suggest is listen to Ixie. Go to Somerset and take a look at what the bottom of those candles. That's really small. I mean, that's tiny. How do you... I'm not sure how that would show up as a cloud. And it's not really round. There's 3 different sizes of the border stones. You can go with the really big ones, and then there's like teeny ones. Your teeny ones might work. No, I know. That's a big one. If you put it up high enough, it might look like a cloud. That's an interesting combination. Yeah, no, you're right. I did that once for the moon. I don't have that. I would do it for you, but I don't have most patterns because I sell them because I'm a greedy whore. I sell everything I find. So I think this is what Bayushi was talking about. You see this swirling knife thing on the back of that hand? It looks like a hand. That's what she made spin in her house. But because it's not centered, she used a potato as the center to animate on. So basically, she used as, I forget who said it, a rotator. You potatoes, man, you're terrible. Rotator. Clever. But this is up here at least is a trophy house, but you know, I have to say, I've been thinking a lot of this is very elegant. Very elegant. I really do like it. I love the Craglorn stuff. I wish one of these days I need somebody to drag my ass through all of the Craglorn quests so that I can get all of the furniture. But I can't solo them because I suck. I've tried. I'm a potato after all. Okay, downstairs. That's an interesting light. Using it on its side like that. Alright, that's a neat way of doing that. Someone explain to me why everyone has the anus monster up. Really. There has to be a reason. Okay, science room. cooking, laundry. Not sure if I would want all of this stuff right next to each other, but I kind of get the point. Oh, they are. Yeah. I can't do them. Hey, Numisma. Not in danger for once. Still sciencey. Beautiful table I want. Are we not supposed to go out there? Is that why there's a dead body on this? I'm trying to figure it out. Not supposed to go out there. All right. Beautiful home. Next. Queen Mia. Not usually a velothi reverie kind of gal, but let's try it out. Seems to me that for whatever reason, velothi is so dark. I don't like what. Oh, I forgot to answer my jaw thing. I'm so sorry. It's the drugs. It's the drugs. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Nana. I'm sorry if I'm frustrating. So, yeah, the dentist initially saw that my jaw was disintegrating. Wow. And then he sent me off to the doctor to take a look. They did a whole scan, and I was in terrible pain. And they found out that I had a 1-inch, I forget how big it was, a very large cyst in the side of my face, in my sinuses. So it was pressing on things. But he too saw that that my jaw was disintegrating, and he said that there's really, the only thing that they can do is when it fully disintegrates, they can do a replacement, like, you know, honestly, probably from dead people. Oh, a raid! Hello! I'll get right back to it, Nana. But, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Let me do a shout out. Shout out! Hi! Much appreciated. I has the dumb and can't find. I'm on drugs because dentist. So I deeply apologize for the. This would probably be the best time for you to ask me questions. What is retro? We are looking at houses. We're looking at the Velothi Reverie by Queen Mia on EU. I've already looked at NA today, so I want to give my EU people some love. Look how beautiful this is. Very nice. Just checking it out. This looks like a sneaky, sneaky room. Check out the sneaky room. Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that. I was just boring people with story of my arthritic jaw. Hey, why can't I get out? Sadness. Yeah, it's a beautiful house, honestly. There's also a backyard. If you want to start dinner, you can. It needs a side dish. It's the almond soup.
Cute.
Oh, here are those rocks we're talking about. But there's smaller ones. This is, who was just asking about the rocks, guys? These are the rocks we're talking about, but they come much smaller than this. Like half this size, I think. So these are the rocks for the clouds, for whoever was just asking that. Yeah. It is. And I don't know what's going on with the floating rocks over here, but maybe they're a work in progress. But that garden's lovely. I'm a big fan of this game. They closed off the basement. And up we go. Here we go. Yep. So this is Queen Mia, no effects, 373 items. Now I'm going to open Essential Housing Hub, and I'm going to look for a house that we have not visited yet today, and then I will start talking about my jaw again. Mojo! Mournoth Keep. We have not gone there. Alright, so we were talking about Jaws. Quite literally, Jaws. Meow. Meow. Sorry, my cats are complaining. I'm going to close the door. My husband got home, so my cats are complaining. So this is an orc house, 360 out of 400 items. And this is also part of the community, so we're signing in. So that person now knows that somebody came and visited. But what I'm going to show you is gross, but it's important for at least Nana. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, I didn't know you could do this. Neato. Yes. All right. I always forget which one it is. Window capture. That's what I want. Here we go. All right. So remember I said I went to the dentist and they did a like scan of my everything. So this is my face. See that giant thing there? That's what I had that was pushing on my face and causing me in terrible pain. They went in and they removed that. So, Nana, that's part of what happened. Why I'm afraid to go to the dentist is because things like this have happened to me. Yeah, I had surgery done. But the other thing you probably can't see very well because it's not... Let me see if I can make the image bigger. You see those curly cues in the middle? Those curly cues? See how there's no edge on them? Like, there's an edge missing. Like, it breaks. That's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have a broken spot. So when they went in, they connected it. They said that was a birth defect that I've had my whole life, is that piece was disconnected. Really interesting. But what they noticed when they went in also, and you can't really tell here, but all these pieces underneath my jaw, there's tons of tiny little pieces of stuff breaking off because my jaw is disintegrating. What the doctor said, Nana, was that there's nothing really they can do to stop it. There's nothing real, since it's not happening because I'm grinding my teeth. It's degenerative disease. My jaw is literally disintegrating. So using a mouthpiece does nothing. Look at this. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. But I had the sinus surgery done. They removed that cyst. So that cyst is gone. So yay for that. But the jaw is still bad. Yes, exactly. And they fixed the thing that wasn't connected. Can when I left surgery, like the next couple days after I started healing, I was like, does everyone breathe like this? I had no idea that it was this easy to breathe. It was like my whole life I had that sinus problem that one side of my face wasn't getting the air that it needed. And I was like, wow, this feels totally different. It's so much easier to breathe. Who knew, right? Hilarious. It's like if you're a person who needed glasses, look how neat. and you put on the glasses for the first time and you're like, wow, is this how everyone sees? Cracks me up. That's exactly how it was too. It's like, people see like this? Yeah, I'm wacky. I'm sorry. I am on some wacky drugs. I'm on, I took Xanax, I took CBD, but then they gave me nitrous oxide and something else, and I've been wonky. I came home, I crashed. I don't know if I snored. I've never had a guy complain I snored. But I'm wonky. I'm totally, like, high on dental drugs. Like, I don't I don't even know. Uh, so yeah. Oh, thank you, Twantle. You know what? The surgery was wonderful, and I'm so glad I did it. But going to the dentist scares me because that was the beginning of that whole mess, was the dentist seeing, oh, your jaw's falling apart. What, before you passed out? Oh, I was up the whole time. They must have gone really light on me because I was awake through the whole thing. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying to take care of it, but so they said in the long run what can happen is they can replace pieces of your jaw, but if your jaw fully disintegrates, they can replace it, but it never works the right way again. That's what they say. It's almost worse to have a replacement jaw. Honestly, I think it's worse than that. I think it might be, at least at one point, I think it was corpse, which, you know, donated. Jaw replacement source. Okay. It used to be, I think. Surgery. Last resort, because it involves not only a painful recovery, but doesn't always work, and it can make things worse. That's wonderful. They can either do some things. They tend to use prosthesis now. Okay. So I guess now they use prosthesis. That they would remove your jaw and put it in a prosthesis, which sounds like a way better way to go than what they used to do. So I hope that answers that. Basically, they say, you know, do anything but. Try to avoid having a, what is that? Are those little pieces of bread? I'm just hoping my jaw doesn't disintegrate away. And every time I go to the dentist now, I'm afraid that they're going to tell me, oh, your jaw is disintegrated. You know what I mean? And I've had this since I was 20 or something. And, you know, this is really ironic that this all came up. Sorry, Mojo, I owe you an apology for babbling about myself so much, but this is actually kind of interesting stuff. So my sister posts the other day, she's like, oh my God, you can get lockjaw from eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Because apparently she gave herself her jaw locked up because she ate a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And so she decided that this was lockjaw. I get you, Toronto. I think you and I are more similar than I care to admit. So, oops. You are welcome. Sorry. Bullseye sent me a message, so I wanted to say thank them. All right, does Melantor? Yay, they fixed it. We'll do a linchel. And I'm like, Dawn, my sister's name, you don't have lockjaw. Lockjaw is a different kind of thing entirely. Like, it's much more serious. And so she goes to the doctor and whatever and whatever, and she decides that she starts telling everyone she was diagnosed with lockjaw. And she wasn't. She was diagnosed with TMJ disorder, which is what I have too, in addition to my degeneration. And it kind of annoying that she did all that, and ooh, effects. Check out the effects. I love the lily pads. But it was funny because it's like, is this the first time that you've ever noticed any sort of pain in your jaw at all? And she's like, yeah, I've never had any problems before. She's being such a drama queen. And I'm like, do you realize that I've had this problem myself since I was, I don't know, 20? And I'm 43 now. You never once heard me complaining about it. I'm messing with a shader. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with the colors, I'm messing with a shader. So, see, this is a little too bright for me. Color-wise, the colors are a little off. I think I'm going to stick with this one. I don't know. I just feel like, she's one of those people who just complains a lot. And makes drama out of everything. Makes things seem worse than they really are. All that it ended up happening was they, gave her some muscle relaxant and she went home and she was fine. By the way, there's very little they can do for TMJ anyway. So, annoying. So somebody removed all of the trees and stuff and put them in lines along here. I actually really like this design. They also turned off the grass. Remember we talked about, I was showing you how to turn off the grass if somebody has EHT? I don't think yeah, even with the effects off, you can't see the grass if somebody turns it off with EHT. Yeah. The grass is just missing. So all you have is this colored top portion, but you don't have any flowers up, or grasses that you would normally see. Is that all in your back, Tawantal, or is that also in your legs? I'm not sure. Oh, somebody may be still working on this house, but there's enough here that I can explain that I think it's worth showing. Yeah, somebody's working on this. Let's see if the interior has been worked on. Oh, neck pain is the worst. Oops! Oh, somebody hired somebody. This person was hired. This is not their... They didn't... So somebody got a... Okay, letting them know that I'm leaving. So that was somebody... You know what? Skedaddle is probably not something that a lot of Euros use as a word. Let's hold Velothi off for now. And let's go to Lurian's humblemud because I want to show you the difference between Swankery's humblemud and Lurian's humblemud because I think Lurian probably left it kind of natural. What? Okay. Here we go. Signing in. This is beautiful colored lighting. Lurian always has a good sense of what to do. This is the interior portion where the tractor was. I have never heard anyone say that fusion feels better, but I think it helps with some problems, but I don't think it ever feels better, because I've known people who have had to have it done, and it definitely makes things stiffer. Not in a good way. Look at mushrooms. Somebody's an alchemist. Okay, so this is the exterior that was all houses. Yeah, this is what it normally looks like. Wow, that's beautiful. Good job. All the added mushrooms notwithstanding, this is what it normally looks like out here. When you compare it to Swankery's, like, completely redone, this is pretty amazing. I am in love. It's a picket fence, guys. They used the library shelves, the Argonian ones, and made a picket fence. I didn't even think that was possible, but they did it. That's amazing. I'm impressed yet again. Oh my goodness. Ooh. You know, it does look like a turd, doesn't it? I love it. I mean, this is what I'm saying about people. Don't compare yourself to other people in the sense of, you know, this person's better than me, blah, blah, blah. Swankery does things her own style, and she did something really mind-blowing. But Lorian did something beautiful, and, you know, it's different. It's not a better or worse. He went Argonian, he went mushroomy. He has clearly an alchemy house, because look, there's even stuff growing over here. It's a different feel. Yes, poo is perfect for mushrooms. So, just saying, you know, for your own self-esteem, rest assured that you can go in different directions and it's not a better or worse. You can't compare apples and oranges. And, you know, I would say that this is fun. I would say that Swankery created an apple orange. She made something completely different. But don't compare yourself to it. I don't compare myself to her, because if I did, I would just cry and go home. I don't know. My professor updated me on prosthetic jaw replacements. He said that the President Grover Cleveland had a rubber prosthetic jaw replacement at the start of his second term, 1893. I suppose that these prosthetics were widely enough available at that point. But you know, Griff, I spend so much time looking at the Civil War era that maybe that's what I'm thinking of. So now you learned something fascinating, I'm sure. I'm sure you're all just as excited about that as me. Okay, Clacker's Grand Psijic, because we have not a Grand Psijic. Did I lose? Does anyone... Okay, drugs, so please give me a pass on this. Who was asking about clouds and are they gone? Because I can show them something. There's also another way to make clouds in EHT that I haven't shown you guys. I might show you anyway. All right. Here we are. So this is Clacker, who followed. So we're watching somebody who is a viewer. And they made a lovely That's interesting. I like the use of the blue flowers that aren't usually with other, what's the word? Guys, is there usually a drain like that there? Or is that added? I don't seem to remember there being a drain. Is that a cage that they added there? I honestly don't know the answer to that. Because that looks so different to me than usual. I don't know. Effects. Look at the sky. The sky is, I think, Aetherius. It may have changed the name. I forget which. But look how it changes colors. This is an EHT thing. See? This is normal. This is with EHT. It does this like fading in and out beautiful thing. Oh, let me tell my husband he can eat. Don't wait on me to eat. Go ahead and eat whenever you're ready. Okay? Yeah. I was just telling Griff yesterday about this. I was saying every day that I'm in pain or that I'm suffering, it sucks, yes, but there are people who have it so much worse than me. And I feel like Tawantle, for example, probably has it way worse than me. And so that's why when I start feeling depressed and sorry for myself, it's okay to feel bad. But what I find really helps is I sit there and I start thinking about what I'm grateful for. And that helps me recenter to, you know what? Yes, I'm in constant pain. But other people have it way worse. And I want to remember that I'm lucky because I have people who care about me. I have a home over my head. I have food. I have enough money to pay for things. I sit there and I think about what I'm actually really grateful for. And I'm not saying Tawantle should do that. It's all your own coping mechanism. Whatever way you cope, you cope. But I wanted to say that, Tawantle, I'm really sorry. I think you probably are going through a way harder time than me right now. And you have the biggest warm fuzzies that I can send you, you have. And I guess, Griff, if you're listening, this is why I'm able to think and be grateful and not give up. It's because there's people like Tawantle, and they don't give up. And Nana goes through stuff, and she doesn't give up. You know? You just get up and you put one foot in front of the other and do the best you can. Wow, that sky does amazing things. You're amazing, Tawantle. You are the little train that could. You know, that saying always pisses me off, that last part about what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because I'm like, no, sometimes it just maims you. But I think it's all in about how you deal with bad things. Like, if you're the kind of person who uses setbacks in a positive way, you can cope. But sometimes what doesn't kill you really does fuck you up. I'll say that part. But I think volunteering is great. I do a ton of volunteering, more than you guys might even know. And it does make me happier. I don't know if you guys know about the Find a Grave site, but I don't like to forget about the lost, the people who have died. You know, I feel like people should remember those who've gone before us, and sometimes we don't. But I want to show you something. There is a site portion that shows the biggest contributors. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If I could write. Maybe they got rid of it. They used to have a list of who are the biggest contributors. And I'm one of them. I've spent more time than you even care to know. Alright. Find a grave. Contributor. Oh well. Last I checked, I'm in the top 3 of all people who contribute in the entire site, and they have billions and billions and billions of entries. And I have, most people have a couple. I have added 528,567 graves, all of which did not exist before I entered them in, so that people would not be forgotten. The way that I generally started was with a particular 2 cemeteries, that one of which I took pictures of absolutely everything in it. That was 9,000. Then I started traveling around Wisconsin taking pictures and listing things, and so that was a bunch of them. But then I adopted Holy Cross in New York City, and that one has some of my relatives in it. So I was able to find a database, and then I started transcribing that. And that's where the majority of them came from. Look at this effect. That's beautiful. See? But I think that the biggest time sink was when I got interested in the Civil War. I decided to go through every single cemetery record, period, where Civil War soldiers are buried nationally. And I went through every single death record available from the Civil War era that indicated where they were buried. And I entered every single one of them, which is how I ended up at 500,000. Wonder what that... I've never noticed that before. So there is a good chance that if you ever look for a grave on Find a Grave, let's say you're trying to do research on your family tree, or perhaps also you're just trying to, let's say it's your uncle or your aunt or something, and you would like to, you can't visit their grave. The Find a Grave is my suggestion. And it has a memorial for every single person, generally. It is really thorough these days. And if you see Not Forgotten, that would be me. So I guess it's not the same kind of volunteer work, but I don't get paid for it, but I do it. You do, like, real volunteer work, I'm sure. Mine is just to remember dead people. I think about people being forgotten, and it kills me. One of my favorite pastimes is to do research on people in paupers' graves. So I'll try to figure out who they are, what their lives were about, what happened. And then I'll add all that information. This is really kind of sad. Clacker, clacker. Isn't that a weird hobby? I guess I am morbid. Sometimes Griff calls me morbid. I think I am morbid. I don't mean it to be morbid, but that's just how I am. So I don't know what to call this tree. It's like a combo tree of so many different trees. It's like a mega tree or something like that. It's different. What kind of volunteering do you do, Tawanto? I'm sure it's more than just remembering dead people. Huh. That'd be awesome. Hello. Chicken. Why isn't Ferrari helping out? The lazy stinker. Wow, that's great. That actually is super great. I'm jealous. I do not have much of a green thumb. At least not in Wisconsin. Too many animals eat everything I grow. It's very sad. Wow. That curved wall, totally unexpected. Wild. Okay, Reekling pelt. This could be clouds if you cover up the head and the arms somehow. Possible if you overlap them properly. Wow. Animals and plants. That would make sense. Vet tech and gardener. It looks really good, actually. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought to put it there, but I like it. Oh, you're already done, Greek? Okay. I tend to get things done. Did I do the other side, guys? I'm so drugged that I'm not sure if I did the other side. I think I did. Can I get through here? Orky! Not sure. Possibly not. I could write it down. I'm on EU right now, but I can go back. Toronto Coven remodel. Okay, I wrote it down. I'll probably look tomorrow because I'll probably end up finishing on EU. Scary. That's a good move there by putting the tendrils over the window, over the Dark Brotherhood window. That looks really good. Nice job. Tendrils. I'm such a dork. All right. I'm going to show you clouds whether you like it or not, because I want other people to know how to do it. I know you're done, and I know you use real items, but I'm going to do a cloud whether you like it or not. So there, haha. Because I feel like it. I'm a terrible person. Okay, so the easiest way, the fastest and easiest way is day partly cloudy. Boom, clouds. See? Clouds, they even move. The second way would be weather. You've got, where is it? Got a haze. Funnel cloud is a little bit different. If you see, you could do fog, and what you could do is take moderate fog and then lift it up. Like, I don't know if that would work, but I would make it less transparent. I would make it brighter. And then height. That could pass for a cloud, dude. I'm going to take away the other sky and... Where did it go? Where's the day partly cloudy? I need to get rid of that. Okay. Okay. I just want to do this on a... I just want to do this for my own sake at this point, but sky overlays... Let's do something dark. Let's do Ocean of Stars. See? Check that out. That's an awesome frickin' cloud right there. If you ask me. That's another one. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. I meant to get rid of the cloud. Alright. Next, I would suggest... not sky overlays, weather. Chilled air can work. It moves a little fast though. That might not work because of the speed, but you could put it up over your head and that would work. I'm trying to get to the one that I did. I did a water one for a cloud. I did ether. I wanted to say aether, not water, but where did the aether go? Aether might be an animation. Yeah. All right. So this was what I was going to use, and in fact, I think I did use for my castle in the clouds. The idea is that the castle is supposed to be floating on clouds. So I needed to create some sort of clouds for it to be floating on. We've got aether mists, see? And we can turn that white. And then I made it huge and I put my house on top of it. So there's lots of different ways with EHT to make clouds. You just have to fool around with different effects and see which one you like best. Not everybody likes, you know, the same kind of... Let me see. That moves too fast. Steam. Steam would be good. So these are the kinds of things that I think about. So should you wish to, at some point in your life, mess with clouds or different effects, just know that there's options. Just remember you can change colors. Nothing is set in stone. If you don't like it, you just delete it rather. And then you're done. Okay, so that's that. I left one there, I don't care. Let's do one last, and we'll do a velothi. One we haven't done. They're all big ones. I don't know that I want to... Alright, let's give velothis. I want to do it when she's here. I feel weird doing one of her houses when she's not here. She's here enough that I can get away with it, waiting. Let's try Aegon's Holiday Retreat. I hope that some of this at least was helpful. I mean, I know it's not everybody wants to deal with EHT, but sometimes I think it's whoa. I think it's fun to explore it. Okay, there's a lot going on here, so let me explain. First of all, remember what I said about the sky? About how some people hate that dismal goddamn sky of Coldharbour? This is the perfect way to obliviate? What's the word I'm looking for? God, the drugs are so bad. Obliterate. This is the way to obliterate that awful sky and instead use something. Thank you, Greek. Still coming out of a drug-induced haze. I obliterate that sky and add a beautiful partly colored daytime. Now, the second thing is something I did this too in mine. The water shows splash puddles. See? This is a water effect as well. This is also fake. The next thing they did is they put real trees. So these are real trees. Oh, by the way, in case you were ever curious, the floor in Coldharbour, we're in Coldharbour. The floor in Coldharbour is not even. See? So if you ever try to build something flat, be aware that it's not even. And I ran into this problem with my Coldharbour as well. The next thing they did, there's a lot going on. They added these trees? What those are in the background is, it's called scenery under EHT. There are trees and mountains that you could put all around, like a horizon around your view if you wanted to. And it obscures the normal scenery. So this person wanted to have a pine forest. I mean, it's not beautiful, incredible texture, but it's something that's good for right behind the actual trees. It just makes it look like the forest is even bigger. So there's so much going on in here. And again, I'm sorry if you're not an EHT person, because there's just a lot to say about what's actually going on in here. I mean, they used a lot of really neat techniques. Those are obviously right behind there. Those are portals. I think we're all familiar with portals now, but portals to their other homes. I probably should have walked this way, but I was too busy showing you neatness. I like this. This is like a walkway through a swamp. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is the cabin right here. We're gonna go into it. First of all, I'm pointing out, see those windows with the crisscross? That's also a fact. You can add that too. You can make it look like you have windows just like that. And Perari is fishing. That is probably my least favorite effect, even though I've used it myself. It's a fishing pool. It's supposed to look like just a pool of fish, but I think it looks so fake that I rather would use regular fish than this. But I understand the animation is something. And then here's a little seat to recline in. Fishing poles, cordwood. Beautiful. And now we'll go inside. I've got so much to say, don't I? Obviously, this is not normally here. This was freestanding structure. I love the use of the stuff on the walls. Yeah, no, I'm not picking on it. It's just that it's probably my least favorite. Oh, flicker. So my guess is this person needs to move, probably made this by hand, not by hand, but with EHT. They probably did a wall with EHT. But either way, they need to move one of them a pixel out so that it stops flickering. That's a base game problem, but it's fixed by just moving something a pixel. Fireplace, very nice. Weapons on the walls. Don't we all wish? Meats. This is beautiful. It's a simple cabin in the woods. And I love it. It's just perfection. I mean, I know the effects are jarring for some people, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. Personally, I probably would change the tone of the sky. I would probably go a little bit more of a natural blue. That striking blue is great, but it doesn't really work for a hunting lodge. It's better for like a magical land. I might make it a little more Simpsons blue. You know the blue I'm talking about? Like the Simpsons sky. But aside from that, I think this is just flat out perfection. What is that I'm seeing over there? All right. So husband is home, wants me to eat food, which is reasonable. So I should probably go. I will see you all tomorrow. By the way, if there's anyone who wants me to look at their houses and it's not an open house, please message me. EU, NA, doesn't matter. Do it. That way I can absolutely, I will check out your houses. Preferably when I'm not high. So I will see you guys later. Talk to you later. Good night.